Warning: the following video may have language that some viewers may find offensive, and others are already offended. Viewer discretion is advised, but not really. No animals were hurt in the making of this 4-hour feature film.
Hello, good day to y'all. Welcome to the Full Monty, the video podcast where we get to meet the person behind the person. Please welcome our guest today, local former TV host. He's a local celebrity. And he's also a registered massage therapist, and one of the coolest and kooky farmers I've ever met. Please welcome to the couch, Mr. Mike Vecchio.
Thanks for having me, Tony.
Hi, Mike. Long time no see, buddy.
It's been a while. It has been a while. Thanks for having me here today.
I appreciate you coming.
Join you on the big brown couch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it comfy?
It's very comfy. I might not leave.
Oh,
we'll talk about that later.
okay. Yeah. Well, we will. Yeah. So, how's things in Mike's world? What's going on?
Things are great, actually, Tony. What am I busy doing? Busy, as you mentioned, massage therapy is my day-to-day occupation. Love it. So I'm busy doing that. Mm-hmm. My wife's home for constituency week this week, so we'll be spending a little bit of time on family day, not trying to date this, but family day on the Monday, and then just seeing her home every night. It's kind of nice during the week, so that's about it.
You know what, with political life, it must be hard on a family. I mean, a lot of give and take on both sides, right?
A lot of give and take, but also we knew what we signed up for. So it is a lot, and you're expected to be at a lot of different things. But I will also say 99.9% of the time, those things are always positive. So it's easy that way. And we are best friends, so that makes it even easier. It gives us time to spend together, too. Yeah.
Plus, with you working at home, having your office massage therapy,
a lot more flexible.
Gives you a chance to stay right there, and of course the kids are growing up now, right? So
one left at home now.
One left.
Oh, yeah.
So you still don't know quite yet what it's like to have the coop empty.
I see what you did there. No, the coop is still somewhat occupied. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me then, let's go right back to the start. So you're well known, Mike, but I'm sure there's some people out there that they don't know you, right? We got new people moved to the area and that. So
Absolutely.
Where were you born? Where'd you grow up? School.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. For those that know me, we know we could do 10 podcasts on this, but if I give you the Coles notes on it, Tony, I was conceived in St. Thomas.
You were conceived.
Believe me, conceived in St. Thomas, born in Chatham, adopted into a family. My adopted mom is from St. Thomas as well too. So back in 1971, something that shouldn't have happened. But because my mom and my father, Mario Vecchio, who were adopting me, were taking me to Tokyo, they kind of let it go. So I lived in Tokyo till I was about 1. Then we moved to a couple of different places in Italy, in Rome and Milano. And then my parents split, and my mom naturally moved back to St. Thomas. So I ended up back in the city that I was actually conceived in. So I grew up, Mom met my dad, Bill Arts, who's my stepdad, but the gentleman that raised me. Yep. And I grew up just between Port Stanley and Fingal. So I went to Southold Public School, then Parkside. And then my first university experience was at Ryerson Polytechnical University. I know we're not allowed to call it that anymore, politically correct, but to be a public health inspector. And
were you really?
It didn't work out. So, and here we are.
Wow.
But so that's kind of the gist of it. But I was raised here, went to school here, started here, moved away, came back, and glad that it all worked out.
So you say public health inspector didn't work out. So then what was your first job? What'd you get into?
My very first job, after school, and I realized, okay, I didn't finish school, I need to work. I worked at Shaw's Ice Cream out on the highway on the way to port. And I made ice cream. We made Klondike cones and the ice cream sandwiches and all. I worked for Morris Shaw and Denny a little bit in the production of ice cream for about a year before I got hired on at Freightliner. And then I started Freightliner.
Oh, you're at Freightliner, okay.
Yeah, for about 9 years. So.
Oh, yeah. Really? Okay. So as we travel along a little bit in time, I know we only got half an hour, so we got to cram so much into here. But I met you quite a few years ago at Rogers. I was already there. Andy Fleming was our producer at that time. I think when you came along, James Elsden was there. I was there before James even came. Then we had Morgan Baker came on board. My day was, I got into it with Fantasy of Lights. When I was on the committee there at that time, I was on a radio show out on 89.5 FM, The Eagle. And I was a media relations director for the Fantasy of Lights. We were doing a show on Rogers with Daytime, I think it was called. It was Sean Avram and Sarah Francis.
Yes.
And little Marg Goulding, love Marg.
Coldest hands in the world.
She was like ice.
Yes.
Ice. But Miss Marg, she was an awesome person. Used to go over and do council tapings with
Monday
Rogers. And I think Cliff was the mayor at that time when I started. And Cliff was awesome. Got to go and do a bunch of stuff with him. And but then anyway, new show came on. You came on. What was it? Inside Elgin?
Inside Elgin was the first one that I did.
That's right.
Yeah, and the way that came about, at that time I was working for the Chamber of Commerce, which was literally just a few spaces down, right beside City Hall at that time, and right down from the Rogers studio. And I worked with a lady named Sue McKittrick, who people may know from being on radio, lives in Union. James came in and asked if we knew of anybody that might be willing to do the show, because Sean was going to be leaving. And they needed somebody to fill that space. And we gave them a list of 10 names of people that we thought might be good. Nobody really willing to do it off that list. So we gave them, 5 or 6 more. None of them were willing. And so the third time he came in, Sue looked at me and said, Mike, why don't you try it? Why don't you try it? You like to talk to people and you're personable. All right. Never done it before in my life.
I was just going to ask, was that
Never done anything like that before. Yeah. So it was interesting. The very first show, I remember I begged James because it was a live show. It was live from 12 to 12:30. And I said, I can't go live because I have, we have your cue cards set up, kind of what we have in here, but you can't just read. You have to be a little bit personal. And I didn't know what I was doing. So I said, please, let's go to tape it, and then they'll play it after that. Well, thank God that happened, because the opening of the show is 5 minutes of me just telling what's coming up. It was, like I said, live, what's going on in town. It was basically inside Elgin County. Great name for the show. And I got about 3 minutes in, and in my little earpiece, I hear James say, wrap it up. Well, he didn't say wrap it up. He said 2 minutes. And so I sat there, and then I hear him say, you've got 2 minutes left. And I said, swore.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. And then I heard James swear in the back saying, no, now we have to start all over again. So that was the very first experience with that. After that, we went live, and it was a great experience. Yeah. I met some really cool people and people from around the community. And folks like Walter Gretzky, I interviewed him a couple of times. What an experience that was.
That would be
just
fun.
Really lucky. Yeah, it was nice.
That's the one thing I learned over the years of kind of doing this stuff was it got you into a lot of events and meet some really unique people.
Absolutely.
But I found the editing part was very interesting. I always liked radio. I never thought about television side. So they taught me a lot there. The hardest part was editing. I mean, this stuff is the easy part. Mm-hmm. It's the sitting down, piecing this all
Making
together.
It look
oh my
like
goodness.
Like a show. Yeah.
And I hate looking at myself. Do you ever watch your own shows?
I did all the time. At the beginning, I did all the time because I wanted to get better.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't want to get better later, but I don't know. I started to judge myself a little bit too much.
I was just going to ask you that. Okay, so I was, oh my God, I can't believe I did that, or I said that, or I do this too much. And then yet my other half is like, no, that was great. Like,
the shows not so much at the end, unless they were some, like a Walter Gretzky or something like that. It was really cool to watch again. The parades now, when I do the Santa Claus parade, I've had various hosts since Karen now is in the parade. She can't be my co-host.
That's right.
I've had some very, very funny co-hosts for the parade. So I love to watch those because some of the stuff that we come up with, like it's all ad lib. We have no idea we have our cue
I love
cards,
that though.
and that's my favorite
is the
part.
best way.
Yeah.
It absolutely.
So I do like to watch that. That is.
I got to get my name on there. I'd love to sit down on a Christmas and
absolutely
and do a parade with you. I think we would have a blast.
I think we could do that for sure.
I think it would be fun. Yeah. It really would be. So I'm gonna hold up. Let's get into something a little different here. So we talk about Rogers. Yeah. Okay. Here's our little picture.
Ah, that looks familiar.
Okay. Does that look familiar?
Yeah.
That was look at you back then, eh?
So young. No gray beard or anything.
No.
Dressed nicely, not like today with my sweatshirt. Oh well.
That's all good. Now, this one I found was hilarious. So, as I'm showing you these pictures, we're actually going to have them on the screen, okay?
Okay.
Hence the fun editing side of this. So, what in the and I'm sorry, like I have a disclaimer at the start. So, what in the hell was this?
Well, that's my patriotic side. It's my more Canadian patriot. It was cold out that day, and just for the record, and let's just say I'll do anything for my wife, and that was a Canada Day outfit that I wore to do a video for Karen for her Facebook page.
That is absolutely.
So
I love
my
it,
apologies to all the everybody.
Love it. Like I said, wait, what do you call it when you spam someone's Facebook? Like you go in there and you just scoop it.
Just take everything off it?
Well, I just went through and I saw
and that's the one. That's what you came up with. That's the one you found to bring in today. Super.
Oh my God, I love it. Between you and Earl downtown with those outfits actually, I remember one Christmas, you and Timothy Hedden.
Yeah.
You guys had the wackiest frickin' suits on.
Yeah, Tim Hedden, and then this year I had Matt Loop from Jack FM.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He had on, and we had a nice fancy. He gave me he lent me a glittery suit jacket. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Pretty lucky. Wardrobe's pretty good for the Rogers Parade. Yeah.
I would join you in a complete Eskimo outfit with just eyes showing. That's it.
Would you wear that outfit that you just showed?
You know what?
If you'll wear that outfit, you can come on next year.
If I don't wear it?
I better rethink this. Give me a few minutes.
You want to see me in something like
Let me rethink this.
All right, let's get into this one. You and the Bearded Wonder.
That was Big Joe. Yeah, that was when he came to St. Thomas when they did the announcement. Great guy.
What did Joe think of that when they honored him to the Joe Thornton Arena?
He's a pretty quiet guy, believe it or not, shy guy. But I think that really meant a lot to him, and even more so his family. His kids were pretty young then, so I don't know if they truly got it. But the look on Wayne and Mary's face was the best part.
They are amazing people.
They are.
Joe's dad, when I worked at Dollar Carn, I used to fuel Joe's house out there with the propane.
Yep.
And Joe was only there a couple of times over the years when I was there. One time he was just getting ready. They were coming to pick him up. They were going out golfing. So I didn't really get a chance to speak to Joe.
Yeah.
Usually his dad. Super guy.
Wayne's a great guy. We call him Rubber Boots because he's always wearing rubber boots.
He does.
Yeah, unless he's going to a funeral, he's got rubber boots.
He's got rubber boots, yeah.
Plaid shirt. Classic.
Yeah, he such a super guy. Joe's brother, John.
Yeah.
Got to know him really well. And, of course, his buddy, Tim Fenner.
Yeah, Fenner.
Mr. Fenner. Yeah. We, oh, my goodness. We've had, and I got to know those guys through the cab. Mm-hmm. So it was shuttling them around. And, and got invited back out to Joe's place a few times. And it was fun.
Yeah.
Great time. And I actually, every time Joe has been home, I've not been able to meet back up with him.
Yeah.
I actually have one of the original paintings that was done by the guy in St. Thomas. There was a numbered print of it. It used to hang at Woody's, and it was Joe of every team he played since he started. We have, I don't even know what it was. It was like...
That's Jonathan Hayes painted that.
Yes. So
local artist. Yeah.
So we bought that from Stu when he had Woody's.
Okay.
And Suzanne actually bought that, and we have that. Now it has the computer print signature of Joe, right? But I always wanted to get Joe to actually.
His mom and dad have the original in their house, actually.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Why not?
They should.
Right?
I suppose
Why
they produced him. They get the original.
All right. So this
back to the photos. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Back. Okay. Because this one I'm really proud of, because in this one you have one medal on.
Yeah.
In this one I have two.
Oh.
Our guest this day has a bunch.
I know who you're talking about.
Now, you may think you know what this is, but this is actually the day I'm proud because I beat you in two categories. One was I ran the fastest to the free buffet, and I ate the most. So I got 2 awards for that. You got the award for just best sportsmanship. And
Gordy,
then, of course, Gordy had to be in there.
Look at Gordy with his 16,000 medals. That kid, young man, he's a beauty.
Isn't he an amazing guy?
Yeah,
right?
his family just lost his father, Gordon. But Gordy, Paralympic swimmer from St. Thomas. I did actually swim against him at the Y. We did is it 50 meters back and forth or 100 meters?
Yeah.
No, 100 meters is 4 times. So 50, we went down and back. And by the time I got halfway down, he was down and back.
He was already back.
I was cramping up. I thought I was going to drown, and he was laughing at me. So anyway, I'm not.
Yeah.
But I did wear a Speedo. Thankfully you didn't find the picture of me and Gordy in the Speedo. Should look harder.
I think I do remember seeing that.
Next one. Yeah.
Okay, so Gordy, very humble guy. Very quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciative of all the support.
Very proud guy to have here. You know, St. Thomas, and we've been pretty lucky with a lot of athletes and actors, actresses, that kind of stuff. So,
absolutely.
Now, nobody though in the history of this city has as much glamour, beauty. I guess just damn right, fantastic looks. And correct me if I'm wrong, but is this not Elvis?
Oh, handsome girl. That is Elvis. Elvis, we don't know what kind of chicken Elvis is, but
she is just like,
she's my baby. Yeah, she will come running to me when I go outside. She comes right over and she'll pick, if I have my flip-flops on, she'll pick my toes for me to pick her up, and she just loves it. Yeah, she's a great girl. She was actually named, she was our son Christian's chicken. I hatched some eggs out, and she was one of the eggs that hatched. And when we were naming them, I gave a couple of our kids the chance to name them. Karen named one, and I named one. And well, Thornton's kids came over to see, it's a long story, but we have some of their chickens. And his son, River, looked at Elvis and said, and I forget what Christian called it. It wasn't Elvis. I forget the name he had, but River looked at the bird and said, "That bird looks like Elvis Presley." And Christian said, "Well, I guess we'll name it Elvis." So that's how Elvis got her name. Yeah.
Just an amazing bird. Yeah. But anyway. Now, that bird, I mean, I've always been so amazed with it. But not too long ago, a fresh photograph came out that I think won some kind of I don't know if it was an award or a category on a magazine.
Okay.
Do you kind of know where I'm going with this one yet?
I think I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I look at this picture and I think either, well, it's like, does this thing stink? But you know the one I'm talking about.
That one right there, the largemouth bass.
Now, slap me in the face and call grandma dirty.
Pretty much what happened right there. Yeah.
Is that
that was this past summer.
No. Yeah. What? Karen took that.
Karen took that literally blindly over her shoulder with her cell phone.
Get out of here.
I had caught the fish, and I was trying to lip it to try to take the hook out of its mouth, and it decided it didn't want to get lipped, and it did slap me in the face, and she happened to grab it, and so that was featured, not featured, but it was in the Ontario Out of Doors magazine. So
Mike.
Yeah, I got a lot of comments on largemouth and big mouth and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I've got great friends.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we had a great time. We had a little kayak, little blow-up kayak that we did a lot of.
You guys traveled all through Elgin, didn't you?
We tried this summer. We tried to hit all the different waterways. We didn't hit all of them because of weather, but had a great time, and we'll be doing it again this year for sure.
I do know some other people that went by the Sunset Bridge.
Yep.
The river that's just to the south.
We didn't get to that. We never got to that one. We did Port Bruce, Port Talbot. We did Kettle Creek.
Okay.
Big Otter, Deer Creek. Deer Creek's not in Elgin County, but it's one of my favorite spots. Yeah, it was great.
Okay, so since you're adventurous, we've got, what do we got? We got 12 minutes left.
Perfect.
So I just want to, did you ever know about the Bigfoot story here in St. Thomas?
Bigfoot?
Yeah.
No.
If you Google Bigfoot, St. Thomas, Ontario, there actually is a group in Michigan.
Like Sasquatch.
Sasquatch. Really? Or as Bubbles would say, Sam Squanch.
Sam Squanch.
Sam Squanch.
Julian.
Yeah. Oh, Julian. Yeah, right. I can't do that without actually swearing. So I'm not even gonna, and don't get me on the mustard tiger and Phil.
This isn't Rogers. You can swear if you want.
Hey, I remember when years ago, Cool's Warehouse, Randy and Mr. Leahy were here.
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah, we went down there. Andy Fleming, myself, James Elsden was there.
Yeah.
Randy turned around and said, because I had the red Rogers shirt on, and said something about we weren't homophobic and that they were going to sue Rogers for whatever it was at that time. Oh, it was hilarious. But John Dunsworth, a.k.a. Mr. Leahy, and he was such a serious talker. Like when you, very intelligent, never touched a drop of alcohol.
Not like what you would see on the show.
No,
yeah.
it's all,
not that I watched that show because I don't.
No,
that show.
I tried to stay away from it.
That was funny. Yeah. That was a good show.
Yeah. But anyway, I lost track. There we went.
We were talking about. Yeah, it's a great question.
See, we went down that road and then we lost where we were going.
We were talking about Cools.
Yeah, we got on about Leahy.
Bubbles. Then we were kayaking.
Yeah.
I don't know where else we were going to go. But we had 12 minutes left. I know we have now. We're probably down to 11 minutes.
We're down to 9. So let's get into the massage therapy.
Sure.
To be a registered massage therapist. Why did you get into that?
So I remember my mom saying to me when I was 16 years old, my mom and dad, Sandra and Bill Arts, worked for Fanshawe College. And I remember my mom sat me down one day and said, Michael, before you retire, you're going to have 6 to 8 full-time jobs. And I thought, no, I'm not. I'm going to have one. I'm going to find what I want to do, and I'm going to do that for 30 years. I'm going to retire. Well, being a registered massage therapist is my 8th full-time job. So my mom was dead on. What made me want to do it, going back to 8, 9, 10 years ago, before Karen was a member of Parliament, she was home all the time. Made a lot different as far as the family dynamic goes. Once she became an MP and was gone basically 5 or 6 months of the year, we still had a couple of kids at home. And I was at that time selling cars for Elgin Chrysler. You need to be there if you want to sell a car. And I couldn't be home if I was trying to sell a car. And with Karen being gone, it just wasn't as flexible. Elgin gave me, they were very good to me, but I couldn't get what I really needed. So I remember I sat down one night with Karen at the dinner table after dinner and just said, I need to make a change. I need to do something different. And she said, well, what do you want to do? And I said, well, being in a car accident in 2001 and 2002, massage is something that always helped me in my recovery. And I still have battles. I still have bad back and hips, but I'm 100% better than I was back then. My sister's been an RMT for about 25 years now. She's had a great career. Oh. So it's always been in my head that that's something that I wanted to do. And I like helping people. I like making people feel better and healing them. And that's something that I found for myself worked. So I thought that would be something that I would be good at. So, yeah.
So as I was doing a little research into here, we got Swedish massage, remedial exercises, manual lymphatic drainage, friction and trigger point therapy, sports massage, and facial work. Like, this is just some of the categories.
That's just some of the stuff that you do. And you incorporate a lot of that stuff at the same time, too. A lot of those. Okay. Yeah, general Swedish massage is kind of the massage that most RMTs around this area incorporate into their daily work. Some have more, specialized areas. I touch on a lot of those things. I won't say that I specialize in a lot of them, but I can. I was trained in them. So
for an extra fee, Swedish outfit, would you do that?
So I want to keep my license. Okay. I'd like to keep my license.
Okay. Pain control, quality of sleep, immune system, respiratory function, circulation, joint range of motion, flexibility, sense of well-being. this is all coming out of massage therapy.
Absolutely. We have 11 body systems in our bodies that are all affected by massage in various ways, digestion. And I could treat, I've treated my grandson, other infants who have had digestive issues, so they're not pooping, they're all constipated. We have a massage called a constipation massage that works.
Yeah,
it works. All the way up to my oldest client is 95 years old. I love her. Wow. She is so with it and so bright. And the highlight of her week is me coming for that treatment. And I'll have to say it's the highlight of my week too. She's just such a wonderful lady. And just the connection. So you go from an actual physical repair of a constipated baby to just a physical touch with a senior who has nobody visiting, nobody. The very first time I applied my hands to her back to begin my treatment, she arched right back up into my hands. And I thought something was wrong. And I said, "Are you okay?" And called her by name. And I said, "Are you okay?" And she said, "I just realized I haven't been touched in over 10 years.
Wow.
And that just, that's what kind of really, so I love working with seniors. That's kind of I won't say my forte, but it's the most enjoyable part. It's all enjoyable. Yeah. That's the highlight of my
Humans are a very unique creature.
Definitely. Everybody's different.
Touching
and what you'll give me while I'm treating, like what you'll open up with, I'm the bartender with the massage table, right? People will open up and tell me a lot of different things.
I know, I've been out there. You've been actually, like, you're so easy to talk to. You break it right down. You explain what's going on. You had me screaming like a banshee in there.
But a good pain.
Had me up like a frickin' pretzel. Suzanne was out there. My knee, like everything that happened at that time, it healed up. Her shoulder, everything has been, she had that rotator cuff issue.
Yeah. I can't talk about that because that's client privilege.
That's right. But I can, like, I'm just saying.
You can tell me what I did.
So that's what it was. And no, she really enjoyed it. So we got a couple minutes left here. Okay. Let's get into the seniors. So massage techniques utilized for seniors, including lighter, gentle stroking, kneading, as well as application pressure. Specific points of the body. So arthritic pains, things like that. Can you?
I won't say that I can't heal arthritis. Nobody can heal arthritis. You can help ease it, but arthritis is a joint. It's in the joint, and it's not the muscle. It's the muscles around it that you can help kind of ease. As we age, obviously we're a little bit more brittle. You have to be a little bit more gentle, but it's more flushing. A lot of my clients will sit in their chairs. I go to Seasons and Royal Oak, and they'll sit with their legs extended on their chair with their pants up, and I just do gentle flushing and just taking away some of that fluid that they'll have built up around their ankles, push that up, and that's with the lymphatic drainage, gets rid of some of the junk in them, just gives them a better sense of peace. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to get into a little rapid question here.
Well,
okay?
Love it.
We're going to finish this out. So what makes Mike happy?
Being at home with my wife and my family.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my chickens.
On the other side of it, then what makes Mike mad? You got any pet peeves? What annoys you?
Shitty people.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a pretty broad term. Yeah.
True though, doom and gloom.
Yeah.
Brings you down.
What brings me down?
Yep.
I don't like those animal commercials where there's cruelty to animals.
No.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
I don't know. I can't. Yeah. That.
Okay.
Shitty people.
If you and Karen tomorrow morning could go anywhere in the world, right out of the blue, okay? Yep. Where would you go?
Milano, where I grew up, because we were going to go there on our 50th birthdays, and then we had a little thing called COVID, and so we had to cancel that trip. So that is something that's on our list, and that's somewhere we want to go to Italy, but I specifically want to go and show her where I grew up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Website. If anybody wants to get in touch with you about registered massage therapy.
Mike Vecchio RMT.ca.
Okay. I will put a link up in the video.
Thanks, Tom.
So, Mike, thanks.
Thank you.
I really thank you for coming.
That was fun.
Sitting on the big brown comfy couch.
I hope I get to come back again. I got lots more to tell you.
All right. We will. We'll definitely do it again.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thanks,
Mike.
Tony.
All right, everybody. Thanks. Stay tuned. We'll get our next guest up soon. Get your questions in, and we'll see what we can do. So take care, everybody. The Full Monty. Bye.